Okay, so back once again with another lecture video. This is Professor Franklin Ayuson, and uh, I'm going to introduce the course Microeconomics, okay, through Module 1, or Economic Thinking, okay, how to think within the economy, or think about the economy, or think as an economist. And so with this, we'll go through some basic economic terms and concept. The first thing in our list is trying to understand economics and scarcity. Okay, why and how does economic exist, and what is the definition and understanding of scarcity? And so when you say scarcity, this means that there are never enough resources to satisfy all human wants. Now, the concept of never enough resources means that there are limited, okay, resources or economic resources, okay, to satisfy the unlimited human wants. So that is why scarcity exists. So there is scarcity because of our limited resources, okay, and the unlimited human wants of people in the society. So therefore, this very concept um, tells that every society at every level, we make choices about how to use our resources. Yeah. Why do we need to make choices? Again, because there are limited resources and there are unlimited ones. So the choice is important, and therefore, because of this concept of scarcity, okay, there exists what you call economics. Okay? So economics overall, okay, is the study of the trade-off and choices that we make, okay, given the fact of scarcity. Now, there are so many definitions of economics, but for this purpose, we look at two concepts, actually three. Okay, you have trade-off, choices, okay, okay, and scarcity. So we make choices and trade-off in using our resources, okay, because there is unlimited ones, okay, and there are limited resources, and there exists what you call scarcity, okay. So with this, okay, we also try to look at the concept within the framework of scarcity and economics, and this is what you call opportunity cost. This means that, okay, it is what we give up when we choose another thing over another, or choose one thing over another. So the concept of giving up when we choose one thing over another, okay, refers to the use of our resources, okay, and the trade-off and choices that we make in using our resources, okay, whether we will use these resources for one economic activity or for another economic activity. Yeah. Why? Why is there opportunity cost? Because again, there exists scarcity, and again in economics we try to choose and trade off, okay, what we want to make, okay, given the fact again of scarcity. So three things in our second slide: scarcity, economics, and opportunity cost. Okay. So moving forward with another slide, okay, we have um, goods and resources. So this time, economic goods. Okay, these are goods, service a consumer must pay to obtain. Okay, also called scarce good. Okay, scarce. Why scarce? Again, no, from the term scarcity means limited. So the very reason that we need to pay for our resources, for the food, okay, for the drinks, for the clothing, for all those things that we're using, okay, in our day-to-day lives, is because, okay, that goods are scarce. Ibig sabihin, kulang. Okay? Ngayon, kung kung yung goods na yan is abundant relative to the demand, so therefore, it becomes free goods. Okay? So free goods, okay, as compared to economic goods, these are goods and service that consumer can obtain for free because of the abundance relative to demand. Okay? Kaya po yung hangin, okay, libre dahil abundant siya. Okay? Kaya yung tubig na iniinom natin, may bayad because scarce yung goods. Yan. So, in this concept, okay, we arrive at the other part, which is resources or what you call productive resources. So, in order for us to uh, have an available goods, okay, that we pay or economic goods, okay, there must be what you call productive resources. So, economic goods output yan. Yan yung kinukonsume natin. So, productive resources, these are inputs used in the production of goods and service to make profit. Okay? So again, inputs in production to make profit. And the following are considered as economic inputs. So these are your land, these are your economic capital, these are your labor, or and entrepreneurial ability. We also refer to our productive resources as factors of production. So in this slide, we have two concepts, the inputs, the productive resources, and the output, which is our economic goods. So kung titingnan natin yung konsepto, no? Pag ginamit natin yung productive resources, okay, we therefore have economic goods. That's why we pay. Okay? While free goods are output of nature, which is supposed to be abundant to us, okay? And it is actually for free. Okay? Libre, no? So, productive resources. So in this note, no, we will proceed to our next slide, which is supposed to be yan, the concept of productive resources. So, isa-isahin natin, no, yung konsepto, yung definition. Okay? There are four productive resources, also known as factors of production. Okay, and these are the following. So you have your land, you have your labor, you have your economic capital or capital, and entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial ability, or land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurial ability. Let's look at the first concept, okay? Or first input. We call it land. Land, no? So these are natural resources, including actual land, okay? Okay? When sabi nating land, it also includes all that goes with the land, including trees, lands, okay, livestock, okay, wind and sun and water. No? It's part of the land. Yan. Okay? Yung nasa lupa. No? So ginagamit natin yung land, yung lupa, as inputs. Okay? Just like yan, this illustration. No? Or productive resources. The second concept is economic capital or capital. Okay? When you say economic capital, it's anything that manufacturers use, okay? Or anything that manufactured in order to be used in the production of goods and service. So these are, when you say capital, these are machineries, these are equipment, okay? These are raw materials, no? Okay? So take note that the distinction between financial capital, okay, which is financial hindi siya productive, and economic capital, which is supposed to be productive, okay, while money isn't directly productive, okay, we use money as a tool, okay, to buy machineries that can be used in production. So yung konsepto nung pera, actually, hindi yun yung konsepto ng kapital. Yung kapital, yung ginagamit natin Although si capital, na natawag nating financial capital, ay ginagamit natin pambili ng economic capital na ginagamit natin sa as inputs, okay, in our factors of production. So malinaw 'yon, no? So economic capital, okay, anything that manufacturers use in the production of goods and service, okay, it is distinct or iba siya dun sa money, dun sa financial capital. Because economic capital is supposed to be productive and financial capital is not productive. However, we use this financial capital to obtain our economic capital. So we use our financial capital to obtain our economic capital. Okay, the third concept of our factors of production is what you call labor. Okay, so anything human service, physical or intellectual, okay, also referred as human capital is what you call labor. Okay, so yung paggamit ng oras ng tao, ng kanyang intellectual at physical na kakayanan, okay, as part of the factors of production is what you call labor. So in as much that I'm sitting right here, I'm using my intellectual capital and I'm doing labor. Yeah. Okay? And the fourth one is of course entrepreneurial ability. So when you say entrepreneurial ability, so what does it mean? Okay? It's actually the ability of someone, okay, as an entrepreneur to recognize profitability, okay, organize other factors of production, and basically accept the risk. Okay? It's your ability to use other factors of production and recognize profit, okay, in the concept of business. That is what you call entrepreneurial ability. So that would be it, no? In our productive resources or what you call factors of production, the core concept is our land, our labor, our economic capital, and our entrepreneurial ability. Okay? So moving forward again with another slide. Okay? We now arrive at on the concept of opportunity cost. Now before we try to discuss this in toto, let us look first on how we define it kanina. Sabi natin, it is what we give up when we choose one thing over another. So malinaw yung definition natin yan. But in this case, no, we will try to elaborate. Okay, actually, it's the same concept. No? Elaborating this opportunity cost or the value of the next best alternative. Okay, binention dyan yung konsepto ng best, next best alternative. Okay? How do we use our economic resources? What is the next best alternative? Yan. So for example, option A, option B. Okay? In option A, when you say next best alternative, do we have more inputs? Okay? Than option B. Yan. Okay? So what is the inputs or output of A? What is the output of B? Yan. How much input for A? How much input for B? So say for example, if you work, let's say, as part of labor, okay, if you work for 8 hours, okay, per day, okay, as compared to working only for 4 hours per day, okay, which among these alternatives would be best, okay, that will provide you better opportunity cost? Nagtrabaho ka ba ng 8 oras o nagtrabaho ka ng 4 na oras? So, syempre, sa unang aspeto, pwede natin sabihin, nagtrabaho ka ng 8 oras. Mas malaki kikitain mo dyan, okay, kesa sa 4 na oras. So initially, as input, okay, 8 against 4, of course, 8 would be, okay, a better alternative or better opportunity for us. However, it literally depends on the cost of your labor. Now, if you work 4 hours per day and you earn, let's say, 500 per hour, that would be 2,000, okay, as compared to 8 hours per day and you are a regular employee or a basic, no, kumita ka lang ng, let's say, 600 pesos, okay, the opportunity cost will be better dun sa 4 hours if that would be your rate per hour. No? Okay, so that is opportunity cost. No? Anyway, so next best alternative. So ibig sabihin, pwede nating i-apply yan sa iba't ibang konsepto. Okay, pwede rin sa land, pwede rin sa capital, pwede sa labor, pwede sa entrepreneurial ability. So what is your opportunity cost for that? No? Now, okay, on a more elaborate discussion, we have two types of decision. Okay, in the concept of opportunity cost, you have your individual decision and you have your societal decision. So when you say individual decision, in some case, okay, recognizing the opportunity cost can alter our personal behavior. Yan, as individual. So for example, if you're earning, let's say, same example, 500 per hour as compared to, let's say, 80 pesos per hour, what would be your behavior? Siyempre, mas gaganahan ka pag malaking kita mo per hour. Di ba? Okay, kung kumikita ka ng 3,000 per hour as compared to 500 per hour, again, it alters your behavior, your opportunity cost. That would be in terms of earning. In terms of our, let's say, personal behavior, buying, if I buy this goods and service, okay, or I buy this goods and service, what do I get? What opportunity cost do I get? No? Let's say, for example, it's the same amount. Pero ang tanong, ano yung mas may pakinabang sa'yo? Okay? So that is, again, in our individual decision. Okay? Our individual perception, whether or not, again, such will provide you with opportunity cost. Okay? Or we can feel that there is an opportunity cost. Okay? The next one is the societal decision. Okay? Again, no? These opportunity costs come into play, okay, within our society. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung isang society, yung isang economic unit. Yan. So for example, healthcare would be nice. Okay? Particularly sa atin, sa Pilipinas. But, okay, what about the opportunity costs such as decision, okay, would be less housing, less environmental protection, less national defense. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, papasok na dito yung trade-off. Okay? This trade-off also arises with such government policy. As a society, as a country, okay, we are also facing societal decision on different opportunity costs. So pag nag-provide tayo ng better healthcare, kulang naman ngayon yung ang lalagay natin sa housing. Pag nilagay mo naman sa housing, may matitiran yung tao, maiiwanan naman yung healthcare. Okay? We all know that in particular, our country has very poor national defense. O, ngayon, kung tututukan natin yung national defense natin, may iwanan naman yung ibang aspeto ng gobyerno. No? So particular, let's say, healthcare. So again, no, it's trying to balance opportunity cost. What would be beneficial for the economy, no? In terms of societal decision. Anyway, so again, concept of opportunity cost, the next best alternative for individual and for the society. Okay? The next one, or the next slide, we'll be talking about labor market and trade. No? So we all know that in particular, labor is part of our factors of production. Okay? Sabi natin, no? The division and specialization of labor. Okay? Kaya sabi natin kanina, scarcity. Yan. Okay? Sabi natin kanina, unlimited ones, limited resources. So limited pa rin yung labor kahit sa aspeto natin sabihin. Okay? Pero for this purpose, okay, the division and specialization of labor, okay, means that when you say division of labor, this is a way in which the work required to be produced, okay, or to produce a goods and service is divided into tasks performed by different workers. So obviously, okay, this very picture provide us an example that labor is divided among each, let's say, individual. Saan pa ba yung mga tao dyan? Yeah, each individual. The labor is divided to them. The question is why. Okay? But before that, okay, we look at the concept of specialization. Okay? Not only you're dividing the tasks performed by different workers, okay? Workers or firm focus on particular tasks for which they are suited or well suited within the overall production process. Not only the labors are divided, particularly this individual specialize on each task they are provided with. Now, because there are division of labor and there are specialization, therefore, okay, overall, we try to achieve, in terms of labor, what you call economies of scale. Yan. So when you say economies of scale, it is therefore achieved when average cost of producing each individual units decline as total output increases. So because we have division of labor and specialization, yung output natin dumadami, mas marami na po produce. So for example, ito no, ang dami-dami niyang output. Yan. Okay? So more output because there is division of labor and there is what you call specialization. Okay? And um, with more output, okay, there is what you call decline, okay, in average cost. So dahil mas marami tayong nagagawa, bumababa ngayon yung average cost. So pag-usapan natin yung mga konsepto na yan in other, I think in other chapter, no? But for that, no, because we specialize and we have division of labor, in this concept, we achieve what you call economy of scale. Okay? So moving forward with our discussion, we have now the concept of trade and market. Okay? So in this case, no, specialization only makes sense if workers can use their income to purchase goods and service they need. Yan. So sa madaling salita, yung konsepto nun, kumita ka dahil dun sa labor mo. Okay? Okay? Binanggit din dito yung other economic agents such as business and nation. Okay? So, we use our specialization, okay, to earn income so that we can purchase other goods and service that we need. So, specialization therefore requires trade. Okay? So, within this concept, the market allows you to earn a specialized set of skills. Then, then use to pay what you receive to buy goods and service you need that you needs or that you need or that you want. Yan. So yung konsepto ng trade and market is that nagtatrabaho tayo sapagkat gusto nating kumita at yung kinita natin ipambibili rin natin o ipangkukonsume din natin ng ating mga pangangailangan. So this is how our modern society has evolved with a strong economy. Okay? Because there is what you call trade and there is what you call market. Okay? We use our economic resources to earn income, and what income we receive, we also pay for our economic good. Okay? For more of that, okay, in the next slide, we will now be defining the very concept of micro versus macroeconomics. Yan. So our subject matter, of course, is microeconomics. Okay? But as a whole, when you say macroeconomic, it is a branch of economics that focus on broad issues such as growth, unemployment, inflation, and even trade balance. While a micro is a branch of economics that focus on action of particular agent within the economy. So these agents are what you call household, workers, and business. So we will learn about the theory of consumer behavior and the theory of the firm in the succeeding chapter. But for now, again, no, sabi natin, microeconomics, macroeconomics. Yan. Okay? So at this point, I would like to cut this discussion. By the way, this is part one of our discussion on economic thinking or module one. So I will be providing you with some instruction and another set of lecture video for part two and part three will be provided also. So at this point, thank you very much for listening and wait for further instruction.